Looking back at the past 5 years that I've created content for, boy, was it a journey. There were a lot of things that were going on personally with me that was really hard for me to voice. How did I go from being this shy, low-key kid to then becoming an individual who many can say is exuberant? Well, I'm about to show you why it's always been deeper than games. Growing up as a kid in the Bronx wasn't easy, but my mom always made me feel safe and secure through all the tough times, despite the things she was going through mentally, physically, and financially. My mom will always be my role model because she is the pinnacle of hard work and making something out of literally nothing. My dad was my best friend, and he helped me understand at a young age that it was okay to have emotions and express the feelings of love and optimism. Eventually, my parents unfortunately split, and that's when my entire world changed. My baby brother, Cameron, who I love so dearly, was diagnosed with autism and is basically nonverbal. But that honestly changed nothing within the family, and we love him eternally. I remember after my parents split, I had so many emotions and thoughts going through my head, feelings of anger, frustration, and sorrow. I just couldn't understand how two people can just split this way. I began doing foolish things like sneaking out for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which led into me getting hit by a car. Yeah, that wasn't a fun week. My parents are from Trinidad and Tobago, and you can bet I had some whoopings coming to me after I healed. I then began taking martial arts a lot more serious as I started understanding that it was more than self-defense, but it was self-discipline. My sensei always taught me to always push yourself and that there are no ceilings.
Yeah. One more time. One more time. Then every time you challenge yourself. And you challenge yourself. And you challenge yourself. And you challenge yourself. And that's what speed is about. So please.
As long as you are hardworking and creative, the sky is the limit. You know that thing that you've been putting on for a while? Go ahead and go for it. You never know what can happen. Take that chance. I've always had this feeling of I can't let my mom down with my decisions, and I wanted to make her proud. Since I can remember, I've always had a controller in my hands. I actually think I was born with a Super Nintendo controller low-key. Gaming has been my passion since a kid. It was a way for my family and friends to bond, and it's such a refreshing feeling knowing everyone is together. Whether it's teaming up or being sweaty and trying to take each other out, it was always a good time. The GameCube further solidified my passion for gaming as I begged my mom for it for my 11th birthday, and what she said, hell no, I'm not getting you that. That's too much money. But come September 30th, and there it is, a Nintendo GameCube. The GameCube and video games in general were another outlet from the pain that I felt. I just needed another outlet. There you could see I cannot keep the GameCube out of my hands. I went through weird phases in high school. Soulja Boy was on fire in these days if you peeped the fit, but still kept the gaming up as it kept me out from doing nonsense elsewhere. A little bit after high school is when I really fell in love with music. I'm grateful for my high school experiences as it allowed me to meet two of my closest dear friends, Da Vinci and Lottie, who are still around to this day. Here is the period where I began the CJ music era.
In your face like blow. New era we here, you heard? You about to be on to the next spot. You taking all types of photos I didn't even know it fucking existed. You know what I'm saying? Who does this? Lottie behind the camera, Dave Vallis, CJ. We here, man. What's up? As far as, you know, filming a new era for me, we going through, taking these photo shoots, coming through. Nah. Nah, it up, son. We on the move, man. Watch out. Dodging raindrops, all of that. Taking pictures. 106 in Park right now. I just seen Terrence, y'all. Just get that nigga dab, whatever, you know? Hit him no CD and shit. Yeah, just move it. Yo, you. Look at this shit. Yo, you saw that shit?
This primarily took all of my college years that I honestly really struggled through. I was just going through a lot mentally and emotionally, and I was really drained. By the time my senior year of college rolled around, I actually almost failed out. I was in the middle of dealing with depression, and I was told that I needed to get all A's to stay in school. When your back is against the wall, what do you do? Do you answer to the challenge, or do you hide in fear? Sensei always said challenge yourself, so for the entire year I was on the dean's list, all A's for the whole year. I had to make my mom proud. This was a time of growth in my life where I made friends that I knew were actually friends and not just temporarily in my life. I look for genuine connection. Throughout all the graduations, my mom was always there. Whether it was middle school or college, she was always there. After graduating college, I moved from New York to Indiana to live with my dad and my little brother, who wasn't so little anymore. My mom and my dad were back on speaking terms, so that was all me and my brother could ask for. I used this time to hang with my dad when I could and see his side of life, as he's a musician and a farmer. In 2014, Lottie told me about Twitch and how I can share my experiences live. After a lot of play around streams, I attempted my first series of serious streams.
Wow, the door closing is locked. My body. Bro. I don't want to be here, man. Yo. Nope. Who's in the library, man? Oh! 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 Bruce Lee! Bruce Lee, man! Did I just fight for that or what? Did I just fight for that or what? Let me know. First ranked match under the belt, man. It's a great fight right there. That's a great fight right there. That's how it's done. Come on, man. I just fought for that, man. I stood quiet that whole match because I was so concentrated. Oh, man.
I was done, man. Rank match under the belt, man. 1-0, Bruce Lee, baby. Bruce Lee, baby.
Hit me with a screw job.
Yo.
Why did the...
Oh. Yo, look at his mouth. Look at his mouth. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Yo.
Oh my god, that is Yo.
Dude gave me some stinky code, man. Bruh, I'm done. Thanks, man. Thank you for your cheat, man. What the f? Bruh. Bruh. Yo, change me back, bro. Bro, change me back. This shit ain't funny. Yo, change me back, bro. Give me the code to change me back. Bruh. Yo, y'all serious right now? At the end of 2014, I applied for a Twitch partnership in which I was quickly denied. I didn't really understand what the requirements were then, since it often varied. But that didn't stop me. Sensei always said, challenge yourself. In February 2015, after a lot of issues with my pops, I moved out and I got my first apartment. It was a relieving feeling, but I knew the responsibilities that I had to endure. I just wasn't prepared for what was about to happen. In that same month, I lost my job the same week I got my apartment. I was devastated, but I couldn't give up. Streaming was my only outlet. Up until this point, I didn't make any money at all from streaming. Till this day, I have literally no idea how she did it, but my mom was able to help out with the rent until I found another job. Superwoman, I swear. During this time, I was able to just purely focus on content and see if I can make this thing happen. I had one goal in mind: partnership. Oh, so you invited me all this time and now you're not gonna talk?
Then you gonna play what?
Did you just speak English?
I said, is you gonna play or what?
2015 was a time for me to get really comfortable with being on camera. And after I patched things back up with my dad, or my yo as you guys know him as, I really started feeling better about streaming and where it could go. It felt good to know that after all these years that I didn't see or speak to my dad after him and my mom split, that we could still have these moments.
Yo, my yo.
Mayo, what's up? Mayo, what's up?
Wait, who's Mayo?
Mayo. He did that.
Homie.
Mayo.
Yo, Holmes.
His name.
My little homies, what's up, Mayo?
Who?
Yo, Mayo, what's going on, Mayo?
Yo, I'm giving Mayo that Hadouken hype.
You guys alright? You guys alright?
Sing for me. Spit some bars.
You chilling?
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Oh, I can't do it.
Oh.
Shit.
Hey, the young guys make the
Yo, Jeff grew up.
Mayo, listen. You people gotta chill, you know. I'm the man now. This is my Yo Nation. And let's do this. Let's do this, homie. Let's do this, Holmes. Y'all chilling?
Hey, Mayo.
Hey yo, Mayo gotta break out. I gotta go. You guys be good.
Take care. Oh my god.
After a couple more partnership declines, I stopped telling the stream when I would apply and I just randomly did it one Saturday. I remember waking up from my couch at around 7 a.m. on a Wednesday as my phone vibrated. I checked my email and it was from Twitch. I was expecting the usual dialogue of why transcoding is so resource intensive and why they only gave the partnership to larger channels. Instead, I was met with asking for more information. I then wiped the jewel off of a brother's mouth, the crust out of my eye, and I sat up. Once I sent them the information they were looking for, I went about my day. Then on April 15th, 5:09 p.m., the unthinkable happened.
Oh my God! 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 Yo, guys, we just got partnered. Yo, we just got partnered. Oh my God, let's go! Yo! Oh my God, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I don't give a damn! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ah! Ah!
At a time where I was taking so many L's, it felt so good to finally catch a W. As you can see, I can't stop looking at my iPad. I was in disbelief. I was partnered within 8 months of streaming and I felt on top of the world.
Let's go! Let's go!
Big E making a statement as we speak.
Let's go!
Showing some expert prowess here.
I was officially CJ Music, the Twitch partner. Had a nice ring to it at the time. I used to primarily stream WWE as my main game as I built a community off of it. But I began growing so tired of doing the same thing over and over and I was ready to branch out. I wasn't prepared for the huge viewer dip that I was about to go through as 3/4 of my community vanished once I stopped playing one game. I didn't let it stop me though. I was actually motivated and prepared to meet new open-minded people who were okay with seeing variety channel. Quite frankly, I was just in a different bag. And that's when I began trying out GTA 5.
Welcome to the trap house, y'all.
Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimps up. Hoes down.
Well, I'm a pimp, y'all. Out here protecting 1972, 42nd. Mad up, bro. A lot of cop gather. Come my pink Rolls Royce known to stop traffic. At the curb looking close to Regal. Now approach the vehicle.
Ah, yes. Pimp Yaga and crew. Tales from the ghetto. What a time. I always find it interesting that I was role playing before it actually became an official thing on Twitch. Maybe I could have been the #1 GTA roleplay streamer. Woo, baby. I came back to New York for my mom's wedding and it was really good to see her happy. I was happy that she found somebody that made her happy and that was really all that mattered. Life has to move on, right? She was so excited to have friends, family, and loved one in attendance. It was all smiles and a good time and man, did it fly. Post-partnership in 2015, I just wanted to regain that community feeling again since so many people left when I stopped playing one game. If you remember earlier, I said I look for a genuine connection, natural energy, and just good vibes in general. So slowly, that was happening. In January 2016, it was the first time where I had a lot of self-doubt with my content and just myself as a person. I was doing a lot of looking around and wondering why my friends were having so much success and I was so far behind. It wasn't that I wasn't happy for them, it was me beating myself up on how I can do better. I took 2 weeks off from streaming and had my meditation under a waterfall moment, and I was ready to return, even better. 2016 was a time where I wanted to start doing more. I didn't want to start a stream up and call myself a content creator. I wanted to learn some Photoshop, learn how to edit videos, start a podcast, watch anime then review it on YouTube, and the list goes on. It's funny because this was the first time I felt like I could really be myself. I remember hiding my love of certain games I played from my friends because I was fearing judgment and fitting in. This year is when I decided instead of fitting in, I'd rather stand out. God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo. That's it. Done. Done.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Let's get it. Go ahead.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's go, baby.
You already know.
Go ahead, Hitman. Go ahead, Hitman. Quick goodbye dance, man. Hey, go ahead, Hitman. Now, hey! Hey! Go! 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 Hey! Hey! Go, Hitman! Go, Hitman! Hey! Hey! Watch me! Watch me! Hey!
I just started saying screw it and just have fun. Be yourself. Don't worry about numbers. Just have fun. And here we are. I must have made someone happy with the GTA content because here I am on Rockstar's Twitch channel thanks to my brother SenseiCJ. It was also really cool getting to play with Summit 1G. I was just happy that I was noticed in some way, honestly, but I was still me at the end of the day. I'm in it for the good times and everything else will come after. Screw the numbers because it will drive you crazy. Have fun, appreciate the people that come to your community. We are all a part of each other's history.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Rockstar Games live stream. Today we got some monsters from the 1G stream team in the house. Let's give it up for Summit, Boski, and CJ Music. Woo! Yeah, we also have Rems in the house today. Doo-doo-doo. He's right there, he's right there. Oh. Why you guys just ask for his autograph next time? Yeah, you know. Hey, can you sign my jersey?
Boski, don't touch that, bro. It's mine.
Nah, I got you. No.
All right. Oh, my body. My body.
It's called cover. Oh! That's what friends are for.
Sundown, I hate you.
Thank you.
I had Summit.
I need some help. I need some help. I need some help. I need some help. I got you. I got you.
That kill felt so
Summit hasn't moved from back there yet.
Come back here, Clang.
Oh! I got kind of far though.
What is the shoddy? Where's my auto
Yo.
shoddy? CJ is running up the scene. Dive it. Oh my leg.
By the end of 2016, my content creation was able to pay my rent in full. I got my first car and was paying all of my bills 100% on my own. 2017 was a lot of help to me in my content as I felt I was really hitting my stride. My confidence in my content was starting to become smooth and I was putting out videos that I was really proud of. I wanted to leave the WWE stigma and just bury the name CJ Music in general. It was a name I had created super fast on Twitch with really no meaning. After a long period of contemplation, SenseiCJ was created on my 2-year partnerversary.
Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Whoa.
No, whoa. Yeah, chill, man. Get away from me. Give me a kiss. No, get away from me, man.
Give me a kiss.
All right, cool. All right, hey, yo. All right, cool. All right, man. I'm in the playoffs. I'm in the playoffs right now. Hey,
Can you hear me?
Who the hell is that?
You want to run it back?
Look, can you hear me?
Yo, I don't like that.
Yo, who is that?
Yo, I'm Will's little brother.
Oh,
Will.
we hear you.
Bro, this is Will's little brother. I'm a little girl. I'm
What?
How do you spell application monster?
It is.
That's a good comeback. I ain't gonna lie.
Spell it. Spell it.
APPILI. I don't. No.
Yo, there's no way, bro. Hold on. No.
I said APP.
Oh yeah, I told Cody he's a seller. He's a snake. You know I don't like him.
This was my episodic YouTube show, Second Take, which was a parody of ESPN's First Take. Again, this was me teaming up with my brothers Hooper and Lottie, and they began showcasing their talent, which is the gift of gab. It was covering our NBA 2K online leagues, and it was a fun time. As some of you may know, I was in a 4-year relationship that got very toxic towards the end. Once her and I broke up, it was similar to how I felt when my mom and dad split. A swarming feeling of loneliness often hit. I tried to ignore it and just create content, but it just wasn't hitting for me. I began feeling myself falling into depression. It used to be hard to wake up in the morning to go to work. I would think of some type of excuse of why I shouldn't go. I just wanted to lay down all day and melt away or dissolve. I still somehow managed to go to TwitchCon for the first time ever, but it took so much out of me to go. The amount of people that were excited to see me was overwhelming at first. I just couldn't believe that so many people appreciated my content. I returned from TwitchCon with a brand new confidence. I couldn't let the dojo down. The reason why I never spoke about any of these things on stream or really any time was because I want my community to be a safe haven, a place where you could forget about the world's problems and just have fun. Also, I didn't want the dojo to know that their sensei has shown signs of weakness. As time went on, I realized that this wasn't a weakness, but it's what makes me human. This picture here captures me in the midst of my depression. I was at work so deep in thought. I really wanted to capture that moment and how I was feeling. I remember being surrounded by all these files at work and not wanting to be around any of it. I was depressed and was working at a job I wasn't passionate about. I remember contacting and reaching out to Da Vinci, and he gave me very sound advice. I had to pick myself up. From the beginning of 2018 to about the summertime, I was stuck in the same loop of trying to snap myself out of depression and understanding self-worth. Then, this happened. My childhood friends Neffy and Dwight surprised me and drove 12 hours to see me in Indiana. They had no idea I was depressed at the time, but boy, did it feel good to see them along with my dad. Felt like I was a kid again. After they left, I felt empty again. How could I recapture that feeling of joy? How could I make this temporary joy I felt permanent? It's now August, my mother's birthday month, and I decided to surprise her for her birthday. I was just unfortunately laid off again from my job, so I had a bunch of free time. I saved up really well and I'll be good for a while. Her reaction when she saw me was priceless. She couldn't believe that I actually flew there. That told me all I needed to know. I needed to move back to New York and be around friends and family. My chapter in Indiana had to come to a close for now. First thing I ate when I touched down, you already know, the chopped cheese. Chop it well. The chopped cheese, alright? First thing I ate when I touched down. Thank you. Thank you. I returned just in time for my 27th birthday, and I celebrated it with loved ones, family, and friends, and it just felt so good to be surrounded by good, solid company. People that wanted the best for me. That was all I ever wanted. 2019 was my most solid year in terms of content. That was what I always wanted, elevation. And this year I learned that not everyone is your friend, and there will be people who you called friends speak badly about you when you weren't around. This was new for me because I've always had a tight circle of friends and there weren't ever any issues. In this line of work, you have to take the good with the bad, I guess. In January 2019, I hosted my first ever dojo meetup in Times Square. I was really surprised at the turnout. Moving forward, then it was PAX, where I really grew a brotherhood with Psy B Plays Games aka Psy and Elite Ninja aka Elite. The experience I had at PAX was unexplainable. It taught me how important the business side of things are and that nothing will come your way if you don't put that work in. When I returned from Boston, all that I could think of was becoming more organized and really be conscious of the people that I surrounded myself with. I wanted to start organizing a schedule and taking it from there. Sensei always taught self-discipline and I truly deviated from that. It's time to get back to my roots. After PAX, I had another dojo meetup and then later went to TwitchCon. TwitchCon 2019 was another incredible experience that I didn't know I needed. It was fantastic seeing and meeting everyone, but two people that stick out to me the most here, and that's Kaysen aka Cup of Noodle and Henno aka Invincible. First, I'll start with Kaysen. She has helped so much with her knowledge and wisdom you wouldn't even believe it. She is literally one of the smartest people I know. I will always support her and I'm forever grateful. As for Henno, he's my brother. Anything he needs, I got him. I always try to talk to him about any content advice or life in general. I feel like we're the modern day Keenan and Kel. Before, this shit is too fire though. Hey, 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 and a rock, hey, and a rock, and a rock, You said Stevie Franchise? Yikes.
No, Eddie Griffin.
Yikes. Yeah, the comedian, the comedian. Yeah, he's there, yeah.
Blow it out. What are you, 50?
For my 28th birthday, it was a complete surprise. Spearheaded by Kaysen, I was met by a room full of friends. It was so much talent in the room, it was truly something special. I'll always remember that night. To everyone that came out, please understand how much you are appreciated. When I came back from TwitchCon, I wanted to challenge myself even further. I teamed up with Tilted Nation, which is a peripheral company. They then reached out and asked if I'd like to voice one of their videos, and which I agreed. Gamers crave for unity. They really need their voices to be heard. And they want to be a part of a team who has their back. Introducing Tilted Nation. As of today, I'm pleased to say I'm a head ambassador for Tilted Nation, and they are just great people with a very down-to-earth mindset. That leads me to December 2019. Dojo Inc. originally started as a troll, just something to have fun with. We would give people troll roles like Garbage Man or Masseuse. Somehow, someway, Dojo Inc. turned into the biggest support team I've ever had. Just a group of individuals who really try to help and make my vision come to life. That helped spawn Dojo Designs, which is the ultimate way to get anything you want done to your stream, from animated overlays from Crazy, to beautiful sounding alerts from Neku, to awesome artwork or emotes done by Ses. The team is really coming together. For years, I've been seeing content creators frustrated with the actual visuals of their stream. True. And a lot of people really, and I mean really, underestimate how important it is to have your own unique look. Hey, are you ready to get rid of all these stock designs? Yes. Well, I have some good news for you. Introducing Dojo Design. What's that? Starting today, we'll be taking commissions. Visuals provided by Creative Crazy, and alert sounds and samples provided by the legendary M3KU Neku. So for example, if you have a theme song from an anime or some other cartoon, Neku can transform it from this to this. They are all so talented and they continue to wow me by their efforts. Eventually they surprised me with the CyberCube PC, which was something I coveted for so long. Along with a video compilation package from many friends wishing me the best, it was enough to bring a brother to tears. Thank you guys so much.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Emerald.
Hey, yo! What do you think I'm gonna get?
Oh, hey, Colin Jackson.
Oh, what's poppin' seeds? It's your boy, Hano.
Yo, what's going on, CJ? Wanted to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you.
The man of the Malta himself, SenseiCJ.
Hey CJ, Merry Christmas.
Over the past 2 years, CJ, you and the dojo community have just grown to be a really important part of my life.
Man, Sensei, man. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we supposed to be talking positive about him. All right, bet. Look, words can't express how proud I am of you.
I just wanted to make sure I did like the video recording, expressing my love for the dojo and how much I appreciate CJ for bringing such a wonderful community together.
I guess I gotta tell you how much I love you now, dude, which is a lot. You're like my longest running sub, man, and one of the first people who really believed in me, and I got so much love for you, brother.
I have met so many amazing people here through you. Like I laugh, I cry, it's just home.
Hey CJ, it's Lena. Just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your amazing community.
Even though you bully me, I still appreciate you.
Me and mine, to you and yours, I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, be blessed, and here's to an even better 2020. I'd be safe in these streets.
Dojo has been a big part of my life. I don't know where I'd be without it.
Yeah, what's good, my nigga? Fucking rainy as fuck out here. Where you see the Gotham City fog, Radio City shit.
Thank you, man, for all that you've assisted with throughout the years, as for the content and within the recently of just different things that I've needed help with, and you've been there to assist with and just giving ideas and the shout outs and everything in general. So thank you, man.
Yo, CJ, my mother brother. How you doing, man?
My brother CJ. I've known you since 2014.
I want you to believe deep in your heart that you are capable of achieving anything you put your mind to.
That being said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 5 years of being partnered on this platform. The ending of 2019 was a moment of vision, unity, and clarity. Fast forward to April 2020 and we have over 1,200 subs on Twitch. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed, gifted, or cheered, but most importantly, just watched. I've integrated more YouTube and skits into the repertoire to add to the title of being an actual content creator. It's a title that I don't take for granted or lightly. There's a lot of responsibility around that word. Once again, thank you for 5 years, and here's to 5 more.